Okay. Java history is like Java was introduced in around 1990s. Okay, around 1990s by James Gosling and his team. Okay, and after that, initially the Java name was they given as OAK. Okay, OAK. So it is one tree name. Okay, and later in 1995 they changed the name to Java. Okay, the name they changed it to Java, and later it is acquired by Oracle Corporation. Later it is acquired by Oracle Corporation, Oracle company. Okay, and in 1996 they started giving off ORSINs. Okay, how to know that means just so from 1996 onwards, they given initial version in 1996. Okay, 1996 they have given as JDK 1.0. Okay, what is JDK? I'll tell you that. Okay, Java Development Toolkit will call it as JDK. So currently the latest version of Java is Java 19. Okay, it is released in 2022 September. From couple of years before, couple of years, maybe 3 to 4 years back, every year whenever they want they can release the new versions. Okay, but from couple of years, from 3 to 4 years onwards, every year they are planning to release of only two versions. One is in the March release, one is in the September release. Okay, now next Java 20th version they will release on next March. Okay, sorry, this year March. Okay, that's what they're planning from couple of years from back. Now coming to Java, this is the Java history when it is introduced. What is the current version? Okay, how many versions are introduced in per year? Okay, now coming to Java. Okay, before learning of Java we need of some terminologies. We need to know some terminologies, what exactly it is. Okay, what is platform? Before going to, we are writing some code. Okay, we are writing some C language, C++ or .NET or whatever it is. We'll call that as a high level language. Whatever you are writing in the manually, that we will call it as a high level source code, high level format. Okay, so before that, yeah, sorry, before that we'll call that as a source code. Fine. So but we need to know what is platform first. Okay, everything if you're writing some source code means that will be compiled, means what is compilation, that I will tell you. So we are writing, let's say assume in a currently I'm working in the Windows system, some people working in the Linux, some people working in the Mac, right? So what is platform means? Platform is the operating system and architecture of the processor which we are going to insert in the our system. Both we will call it as a platform. Okay, based on the platform Java language will compile. Okay, code will compile, the processor will compile based on the platform. Okay, so now coming to source code, what is platform means? It is the operating system, either Windows or Linux or Mac or whatever it is. Along with that, what is the processor that we are going to use? Intel processor or IBM processor. Based on that, both will call it as a platform. Okay, both will call it as a platform. Now, coming to source code. Whatever the source code means the statements which you are writing. Let's say anything we are writing inside Eclipse or Notepad, wherever it is. Okay, the source code which we are writing in the high level format means the normal Java code, whatever the code we are writing, it is a high level format. Okay, that we will understood, but system cannot understood that code. Okay, there is some system language, that is executable code. The high level format of the code cannot understood by the processor, cannot understood by operating system, and process cannot understood that. So the system can understood only the machine level language. Okay, the machine level language or executable code, the group of statements. Okay, the group of statement present in low level format. Low level format means stream of zeros and ones. We'll call it as a machine level language. Okay. So the group of statement present in low level format are zeros and ones. We'll call it as a machine level language or executable code. Only the system can understood zeros and ones, not the high level source code. Okay, that is one point. Next, the format of executable code. It is a source code. It is a executable code. What is that? Next, what is the format of executable code? The format of executable code is changes from one operating system to one another operating system. Let's say I have written some lines of code. It will convert to some zeros and ones. That will understood in my system. I'm using a Windows operating system. Just assume Intel processor. So according to that, the processor will convert into zeros and ones, one format. Okay, if I am using a same code in different Linux system, okay, according to the operating system and its processor, it will convert into different sets of zeros and ones that can understood by Linux operating system. Okay, so the format of executable code will changes from operating system to operating system. Okay, so, thus the executable code is specific to the operating system. So, one operating system and some processor is generated of some machine code that cannot understood by some other operating system. Okay. Now, that will see then how it is Java becoming independent. There is one more thing is there in between that we'll discuss soon. Okay. Now, coming to guys, what is source code and what is executable? Is it clear? Source code means the group of statements are whatever the code that we are writing, whatever the code that we are writing in the Eclipse or in the Notepad, we will call it as a high level source code or high level format. Okay, the same code whatever you are writing that cannot understood by system. So system can understood only zeros and ones. How can we convert our source code to executable code? There are some converters are there. There are some compilers are there. Let's say we are writing of this is it is the latest one Spring Boot. No need. Let me. What is Eclipse? I'll tell you guys. This is the one tool for developing to make the development faster. We will use of one tool that is called Eclipse. Okay. Normally, even we can write the code inside Notepad also. Even we can write our code in Notepad also. Okay. But why do we need tools? Means to make the here everything we need to write it. Class name, method name, everything, but if you are using tools means some of the code it will be generated automatically, okay, based on some shortcuts. We don't need to write everything, so in that way we can improve of the productivity. That is the reason most of the companies will follow some tools or some IDs. Okay, IDE means integrated development environment. Okay, now let's go to what is format next. What is a format? Before that, okay. Before that, let's say source code means close this boolean class anything. So just I have given only name, but rest of the code it is generated. Okay, but in case of Notepad means we need to write everything in the manually. So to make the development fast, the IDs will use. Okay, leave it about that. Now we are writing some code means this is of this is high level format which we can understood. It is a human readable format, right? So but system cannot understood whatever you have written here. So the system can understood only the zeros and ones, that is of executable code. Okay, okay. Now what is the format? What is the format means? the way of exactly representing the data is known as format. Okay. Now, what is the extension of Java language? Okay, what is the extension of Java language is dot Java is for every file we will give the extension as dot Java. How exactly means normally we are writing of some what exactly it will represent. Dot Java means it is of metadata, what type of data is there or content is available inside the file. Okay, let's say for example I have copied this file outside. Okay, let's say here I copied. So simply without dot Java, so how can you come to know that what type of data is there inside this one? Okay, that you will not come to know that. Okay, now if I'm giving dot Java. Okay, dot Java is the extension. What is mean by extension means it will give the information about it will is a metadata. What is metadata means it is a data about data, what type of data is present inside the file. Okay, that will give that. Okay, dot Java means we will understood that this is a Java file. Inside this file we have a Java code is there. Okay, by seeing the file name itself we will come to know that. Okay, now so that's where they are giving the extension to the languages. If it is a Java means dot c, if it is a .NET means .NET. Like that we are giving extensions to the file names. Okay, by seeing the file name we will come to know what type of code it is there, what type of code available inside the dot our file. Okay, it will give the name of the language also, name of the programming language also. It is a dot Java means it is a Java language. If it is a .NET means it is a .NET language. If it is a dot C means it is a C language code. Okay, like that it will give that extension. Okay, the understanding of extension is like that. Okay, extension of a file will act as a metadata. Okay, metadata means data about data. Okay, it will mention like what kind of data present inside the file, what kind of data present inside a file. Now, and extension of a source file would be always extension of a source file would be always name of the programming language. Let's say for suppose I have copied this code, simply I have given here and saved as save as 1. Okay, simply I have saved it as without giving any extension. Simply I have given as just 1 and save the date. Now it is saved but it doesn't have anything. So whenever we are compiling, okay, the Java will compile which extension having dot Java. Okay, rest of things it cannot understood that. Okay, so whenever we are saving, it should end with dot Java extension, then only the Java compiler can understood that. What is compiler, all those things I'll explain soon. Okay, now guys, before going further, is it clearing or not? What is source code, what is executable code, what is extension of the Java files? Guys, yeah. Now, so what is platform? Java, we are telling that Java is a platform independency, right? Java is a platform independency. Now, first we will see what is platform independency, what is platform independence in generally. Okay, in general case, we'll see that. Next, we will go to programming language. Okay, next we'll go to programming language. Let's say if anything is specific to operating system, if anything specific to the operating system, it is only working in this environment, only in this operating system. It will not work in some other operating system. Okay, then we can say those are platform independent. If anything is specific to the operating system, then I can say it is platform dependent. Okay, this will work only in this operating system. If the anything is not specific to the operating system, okay, then I can say it is a platform independent. Platform independent. Now anything specific to the operating system can be called as platform dependency. Okay, anything specific to the operating system will be called as a, it is depending on this operating system only, then it is depending on this platform. Okay, then I can say it is a platform dependency. Okay, thus executable code is always platform dependency. Executable code means I told you the zeros and ones. I told you zeros and ones. It is a executable code. Executable code is platform dependency. But whereas which is specific, and one more thing, wait. But whereas anything which is not specific to the operating system is always will call it as a platform independence. Okay, generally guys, what is independent, what is dependent? Dependent means it is depending on some other thing. Okay, independent means it is not depending on any other things. Okay, now platform means it is operating system and architecture of the processor. If anything is depending on platform and sorry, operating system and processor, then I can say that is a platform dependent. If anything that we are writing that is not depending on that platform, specific platform means specific operating system and specific processor, then I can say it is a platform independent. Okay, now we'll see, coming to the programming language. Now we'll see through programming language what is platform dependent and what is platform independent. Okay, now I have written some Java code. I have written some Java code. So once Java code is written, so directly that cannot understood by system. Okay, internally the some compilers will be there. Okay, if it is a Java code, Java compiler. Okay, if it is a C code, C compiler. If it is a .NET related compilers are there to convert the high level format to low level format. To convert high level source code into low level format which can be understood by system. Okay, now the compiled code of a program of one programming language. It can be any programming language. The compiled code of a programming language. Now below I will show you example also. The compiled code of a one programming language can be executed irrespective of the operating system. It can be executed once my code is compiled. Okay, it will give some different format of data or some different format of code which will give. If that code is understood by any other operating system, okay, any other operating system, then I can say that program and that programming language is platform independent. Okay, now let's read it. If this sentence is not clear, then we'll clear more about that. The compiled code of a program of one programming language, just assume Java. Okay, one programming language can be executed irrespective of the operating system. Okay, I written some code in my Windows operating system. If the same code is executing in Linux operating system after compilation, compilation sorry, after compilation means it will generate some different bytecode. Okay, let's say I will explain what is bytecode again. So if that is executed irrespective of operating systems under which it has been compiled. My first code is source code is compiled in Windows operating system, but I am executing in Linux operating system. Okay, just assume that. Okay, it has been compiled. Then we'll call that program and its programming language. Okay, we'll call it as a platform independent. Platform independent. Let's say I have given example also. If the compiled code of a program of one programming language cannot be executed irrespective of the operating system under which it has been compiled, then we'll call that program and its programming language, we'll call it as a platform dependency or independent. One second. If the compiled code of program of one programming language cannot be executed irrespective of the operating system under which it has been compiled, then we'll call that programming as a platform dependency. Okay. Now I'm taking one example. Okay. The compiled code of, let's say I have written this Java code. Okay. I have written this Java code. Once it is compiled, it will generate one dot class file. Let's see. It's a this is a one diagram I have given. So let's say I have one Java file. Okay, it has some Java code is there. So whenever you are compiling this code, whenever we are compiling the Java file, whenever you are compiling Java file, it will generate a dot class file. It will generate a dot class file. On top of Java class, there is one compiler will be invoked, Java compiler, to convert our dot Java file to dot class file. It will convert our Java file to dot class file. It will generate it. Okay, the dot file it contains of it is a byte code. Okay, dot class file contains byte code. Now let's go and wherever I have it is the workspace. It is of Spring Boot Web Services. One second, guys. See, guys. So I have written Java class, right? I have written one test dot Java. So if I'm running this, how to run means just right click on this, run as Java, run as sorry. It will whenever you are running this one, just simply internally it will run off a dot class file. So let's say if I'm creating one more class, let's assume how to create class. Just I will show you. Just it is a first class, guys. Don't panic it. Right click on this. Okay, new class. Okay, what is class? All those things I will tell you. Okay, hello. One class I'm writing. Hello test, and it is a one main method. Test. Some message I'm writing. Okay, so after writing this code, once I saved that code, once I saved this file, then internally compiler will convert that dot java into dot class file. See, it is converting into dot class file, but here we have the dot class files will be our source code is in src folder. Okay, but once it is compiled, the code will be into bin folder. You can check inside this dot class file is generated for hello test dot class. What it contains, it contains some byte code that we can't understood. It can be understood by system. Okay, and where is the machine level code? Where is the machine level code? You may have some doubt. So whenever it is executing at runtime only, at runtime only, the executable code will become. Okay, who will generate? The JVM will generate internally. That I will show you. There is one more diagram is there. So this is a dot class file. Okay, it contains of some we can't understood fully. Okay, but how system can understood this? So this will convert into some machine level language, zeros and ones that we can't see. Okay, that is only at that runtime only the processor will convert that code. Okay, now let's go. Yeah, now see, I have written some dot Java file. Dot Java file. So once the Java compiler is invoked on the dot Java file, then it will generate one dot class file. It will generate one dot class file. What the dot class file contains means it is a byte code. It is also a one type of format code. It is also a code of we'll call it the byte code is a format. It is a one type of format. And whenever you are running that program internally internally jvm means java virtual machine. Java virtual machine. Okay, whenever we are executing of the dot class file internally, jvm will pick a dot class file, not java file. Let's say for suppose if I am deleting this class, if I am deleting this class, then this program will not work. If I am running also, it will say like the dot class file is not present. See, could not find or load class hello test. So internally if you are running also, it will take dot class file only. Okay, Next, go to once the JVM is taking that dot class file. Okay, what based on the operating system? Let's say in my current system, in my system, it is of Windows operating system with Intel processor. Okay, Windows operating system with Intel processor. Then it will generate one type of byte code, sorry, one type of machine level code, one type of machine level code or executable code, that is just assume 1100 like that it will generate. Okay, if my byte code is running on different operating system, sorry, hello guys, hello, I think there, so there are some people in unmute, yeah, yeah, thank you. Now, so now whenever it is executing by using JVM, what is JVM? I'll explain more internally about that also, guys. Okay. Now, for time being, just understood JVM, Java Virtual Machine. That is internally you will execute the program or Java class. Okay. Now, if our program is running on Windows operating system with one Intel processor, then it will generate one type of machine level code or executable code. Okay, that cannot understood by Linux operating system with AMD processor. Okay, now if whenever we are running the add dot class in Linux operating system, okay, dot class file contains byte code, right? Whenever it is contain dot class file running by different operating system with a different processor, according to that, according to that operating system, it will convert that machine level language. Okay, according to that it will generate the machine level language that can run it. So let's say whatever the machine level code that I have given here, this cannot be understood by Linux operating system with AMD processor. That is where the JVM is different for the JVM is different for operating system to operating system. JVM is different for operating system to operating system. Okay, now here say that it is a platform independent, but JVM is platform dependent. Okay, now how can we say that platform dependent means internally whenever we are downloading Java software, okay, if you are downloading for Windows, internally it contains Windows related JVM. If you are downloading for Linux, then Linux related JVM will download and install. Let me show you that also. You people can see of see, these are the 19 JDK 19 guys, latest version of Java. Okay, see, this is for Linux. Okay, see, all are Linux versions. If you want to go for Windows, this is for Mac. This is for Windows. If you are working on Windows operating system, then we need to download of this installation files. We need to use of any of this one. We need to use installation this one or exe file, the second one you can use it. So if you are working, if your system is on Mac operating system, then we need to download this JDK or Java software. If you are downloading Windows software and installing in Mac is will not work, or if you are downloading Mac version and installing in Windows is it will not work. So it is specific to the operating system. Okay, but the software is Java, but internally the whenever we are installing Java software, internally it install JVM also along with Java. It contains JVM that is specific to the operating system. Okay, let's say if you are downloading for Windows operating system, Windows internally contains one type of JVM. Okay, the understanding of Windows operating system with one processor is different. The understanding of Mac and Linux operating system with a different AMD processor or IBM processor is different. So that is the reason the JVM internally they have designed a dependent one. Okay, that is dependent internally, but outside of whatever the code that we are writing .java file, that can be same anywhere, but the conversion is different. Okay, second guys. Now in this case you should understood like so my system, in my system Windows operating system is running. Okay, then you should understood I have my Java code dot Java file I have written, and it will Java compiler will be invoked on dot Java file. Then it will generate one more class that is called as dot add dot class file. It will generate. How the name of the dot class file is same as dot Java file name is same. The extension will change to dot class. Okay. Whenever we are running that program internally, JVM will invoke dot class file based on the operating system and processor. It will convert to the appropriate machine level language and it will execute that. Okay, is it clear guys? This code can be compiled anywhere based on the operating system and Java which we are installing. Based on that, it will convert that dot class file. Okay. Now this is the secret of platform independency in Java is bytecode. This class file, this dot class file can be execute in any programming language, any operating system. Okay, according to that okay, according to this is common for any operating system. Internally JVM will convert based on this bytecode different machine level language or its own operating system understood language. Okay, is it clear guys or not? Maybe it's a first class, right? So it is bit difficult to the terminology is different. So the day by day you'll familiar with this terminologies. Okay, now coming to how the execution of a Java program, how the execution of a Java program through some diagram. So I have written some source code, that is dot Java file. Assume it is a dot add dot Java, some Java file. Now, so whenever dot Java file is compiled, this is some code editor means just assume some Eclipse or some Notepad or wherever you are writing some code. On top of that, the compiler will be invoked. Compiler will be invoked or compiler will execute that high level source code. Okay, and it will convert to byte codes or dot class file. It will generate a dot class file. In between errors is there, let's say it will follow some convention, some rules. Okay, Java follow some rules compulsory, we need to remember that. Okay, if anything, let's say something is missed here, it will not execute. It is showing up, let me expand it, font. I think it is usable, right, guys? Now, I think compared to before, now it will follow off compulsory. If you are writing some class means compulsory to open with some brackets, and it should end also with the bracket. And every method or every class compulsory should start with open bracket and close bracket. This is one method. This is one class. What is class? What is method? I will discuss in later classes. Okay, for time being, see that. Now, if we are removing of anything, semicolon also, it will not, the compiler will not understood. It will throw the error. It will throw error. It is giving out some suggestions also. Semicolon is missed at the end of the statement. Every statement should end with semicolon. Every statement should end with semicolon. We need to keep semicolon means then it will compile. If this is let's say delete it. Okay, and remove this and save it. It will not, see, it is with error is there, it is with error, it cannot understood, system cannot run it. Let's go. See, it is showing up some errors is there. Please, existing errors is, please proceed with that or without that. Okay, don't go further, and we need to check what is the error. Okay, there is some semicolon got missed, add it. And then, so sorry guys, Java language will follow, any language will follow some syntaxes, some syntaxes. If the code is according to some syntax, then only compiler can understood, and it will convert to dot class file. Okay, if that is not happening, then it will throw error. Okay, that, yeah. So this what the compiler is, everything code is correct, means the compiler will convert to bytecode. If any error is there, it will show that errors in the editor or IDE. Okay. Once the bytecode is generated, that will be invoked by, bytecode means dot class file. Okay, dot class file, that will be invoked by JVM, Java Virtual Machine. It is also a software internally. Okay, what is software? Any software will call it as a collection of programs. Any software will say it is a collection of programs. Right? If you have doubt, then let's say software, see, downloads, softwares. There is softwares. One second, guys. Let me show you. That only little bit is there. Yeah, inside software some folder. Let's say this is the software, guys. I have downloaded for Java. See, JDK 8 U202 Windows 864. Okay, sorry, X64 means 64-bit. Okay, internally it is a, internally this will generate of, internally it contains of some programs. Okay, software is nothing but programs. Okay, is a collection of programs. It contains of some millions of programs. Okay, it is a executable application, guys. We can't see all those things, but it is a collection of programs. How can you, once it is installed, then we can see that inside. Once you are installed that one, then you can see that this folder will generate automatically by whenever you are installing. See, inside that also it contains of JDK. All are files only. All are files. We have these are all jar files. It contains also again classes. Okay, every software is a collection of programs. So if my software is developed on Java, then it contains of all Java files internally. Okay, if it is developed in a different language, the respective language dependent files will be available inside that software. Okay, it is a Java software. Internally, it contains of all Java related classes. All Java related classes. If you want, let's say we'll take off one jar file. Control C. Go to any folder. Let's create one folder. Test jar. Okay. Let's extract the jar file. Extract here. Okay, let's see, it contains of all the files only, means Java files only. Okay, you can go and see all dot class files will be available inside. You can go and see everything is of some class files, dot class files. Okay, and whenever you are giving any software to the vendor, will give only dot class files, guys, no Java files. Okay, go to Java lang, anything, all are string. See, all are package basis. If anything is, all are classes only. It is also a collection of programs. Any software will call it as a collection of programs. Okay. Internally, that programs will run this dot class file and give output. Okay. Who is responsible to execute the Java program? JVM. Okay. JVM will run only the dot class files, not dot Java files. Okay. Remember that, guys. Next, what is JVM? See that. JVM is nothing but it is a collection of programs which are collectively working together to execute any application. Any application, all programs will work collectively together to execute of any Java program. Okay, JVM, JVM provides the environment. JVM will provide the environment for the system. It is a software. Okay, it will provide the environment to the our system to execute of any Java application. To execute Java application, JVM will provide the environment to execute Java application, guys. Let's say whatever that is required for the processor, okay, to execute. Who is going to convert that our source code into our bytecode into machine level code? The processor will do whatever that is required for the processor to convert that to execute that Java application. All that would be provided by JVM. Okay, JVM makes the processor to execute the Java application. Without JVM, we can't execute that. Even processor will be there by default in the system operating system, right? But directly the processor cannot execute the Java program. So internally, who will provide the environment? JVM will provide the environment to execute the Java application to the processor. Okay. So to execute of any Java application, compulsory we need of Java software. We need of Java software. Now, what is JVM? Now coming to JDK. Okay, by using JVM, we can only the run the program. We can only run the program, but we can't write it and debug it and compile it. By using JVM, only we can run the program or we can execute the program. But by using JDK, we can write the program, we can compile the code, we can debug the code, and we can execute the code. We can execute the code means that means that JVM is part of JDK. It can write the code, it can compile the code, it can debug the code, and can execute the code also. That means that, but JVM can only execute the code, but it cannot debug it. It cannot compile it. Okay, but we need up as a developer, we need JDK. Okay, JDK means Java development kit. Java development kit. So it contains of all for compiling code, for debugging code, for executing code. Everything is part of JDK. Okay, who will take JVM and who will take JDK means for a Java developer we need of JDK. For clients who are, let's say, if anyone is asking, I need a phone software. Okay, let's say I have developed software and then I'm giving to client. Then client need only JVM to run the application. You don't need of JDK. Okay, now JDK is nothing but also a collection of program, guys. Software, any software is a collection of programs, guys. Okay, which are required. So JDK is also collection of programs, but this is also a collection of programs which are only to execute. But JDK collection, it contains a collection of programs, but which are required for developing a Java application, for compiling, for debugging, for execution. For all that purpose, these collection of programs will help. Okay, that means JDK provides environment that is required for developing any Java application. Okay, in the system. JDK includes JVM also. Sorry, JDK includes JVM also. Thus, JVM would be part of JDK. Now I have given one diagram also. Yeah. Yeah, let's see, for Java developers require JDK. Java developer require JDK for developing the application, but whereas clients required only JRE, Java Runtime Environment. It is part of JVM is part of JRE. Okay, it will provide the environment to run the application only, not to compile, not to develop. Okay, it will provide the environment to run the application only. Okay, JVM and the liquid some libraries. It contains of some extra libraries also to supporting, which are required to execute of Java code. Let me show you one diagram, then you people get some clarity. Yeah. Now let's see. This is of Java software, guys. So JVM contains, just assume this full of part, okay, inner part. Just assume it is a JVM. JVM, it contains of set of libraries and other libraries, some development tools for some commands is there. Okay, to execute of Java programs. Those are called as JVM. Those are called as JVM. Now only JVM will not get. So JVM will column along with JRE. JRE means Java Runtime Environment. If any client want to execute any software, he need only JRE. We can separately download JRE also. Okay, the clients can use of JRE. As a Java developer, we need of JDK. If you are downloading of JDK software, then it contains JRE as well as JVM. Is it clear, guys? This one? Maybe if you want, you can repeat that, guys. I will give up some recording also. Okay, mine. Now coming to next. So this is of how to download all those things. I have given one link. You can download the links. You can download the link software, and once you downloaded that, how to install that? Just once you are downloading that software, you will get a one. You will get one file. If you are downloading of that file, then you will get one file like this. You will get of one file, jdk8u202-windows x64 file. It will download it. Okay, then if you double click on this, if you double click on this, it will install the Java. It will install Java. Okay, so once that completion, then you can go to C drive. You can go to C drive, go to program files, go to, it will, it will create one folder. Who will, whenever you are installing internally, it will create a one folder. Inside this, you can go and check whatever the version you have installed. You can see that it contains of all the files. So directly once the installation is done, we can't execute the program. We need to do some setup also. What is that means? Now I have given the step by step also, guys. Just click on Windows button and environment. Click on environment. Click on that. So once it is open, it will open one dialog box. Go to third tab, advanced. That also I have given. Go to advanced tab. Now click on environment variables. Click on environment variables. It will open one dialog box again. So inside this, we need to add up under system variables. Under system variables, I click on one, click on add button. Under system variables, click on new. Okay, click on new. Add one variable that is called as java underscore home. Java underscore home. And uh, and what is the path I need to give for java underscore home? Then go to C drive. Go to C drive and up to JDK. Wherever it is JDK installed, up to this path, copy this path and add in the variable value. This is the name of the variable, this is the value. Okay, and click on OK. Then it will add one variable in here. Okay, once it is installed, then we need to add one more add also, that is path. You can see of one more variable path. It is not new, no need to add, it is already will be available. Then click on edit. Click on edit and click on new and add of Java installation inside bin. So up to, as part of Java underscore home, I have added up to JDK. But if you want to add in the path, then we need to go one more step inside bin folder and copy this folder path and add inside here. Add inside. I already added. Just copy paste here. Okay. Already mine is already added. So then click on OK. Click on OK. Click on OK. Once it is done, then you can go on command prompt. You go to command prompt. I have given everything, guys, step by step. Edit, edit it, and at the end you can go and go to command prompt. Okay, here Java space hyphen version. Enter it. It will show your version. What is the version of your JDK Java installed? I have installed of Java 1.8. Okay, Java 1.8 is I have installed. See, Java 1.8 202. See, Java 1.8 0.202. This is the installation of Java, guys. Guys, are you able to hear me? Right, clear, right? Not clear, guys. Just the session is I have recorded also. You can go through that once again, listen it, and then install the software and come tomorrow. Is it okay, guys? Tomorrow I will start off Java fundamentals, language fundamentals. I will start tomorrow. Is it clear, guys? Maybe you may not understood in a single time. Okay, even Java is a bit difficult to and learn it, but if you are learning again once again, if you are listening, you will come to know slowly. You will understood everything. We can't understand in a single time, right? So it is a step by step process. Is it okay, guys, for today? Maybe for Java who is for testing. Okay, it is limited. For Java who want to doing of Java developer, as a Java developer people, compulsory you need to learn more on this. This is the core. Java is basic for the testing people, but even for you also it is a basic. We need to go for a lot. Means JDBC, Servlets, JSP, Hibernate, Springs, microservices, Spring Boot. There is a lot is there to learn. Okay, the core Java is basic. If you know core Java, then step by step you can easily understood the code inside the advanced Java code. Okay. Okay, that's all for today's class, guys. We'll meet again tomorrow. I'll share the document as well as the recording also, both. Okay, guys. Yeah, thank you and have a nice day.